Pirates Treasure Museum. Did you know that not all pirates were men? In fact, some of the most infamous stories are about the pirate queens, which we're going to explore today. Women were once banned from ships as they were thought to be bad luck. That fact did not stop some of the fiercest women in history from turning to piracy, such as Alfield, who in 850 AD turned to piracy to avoid an arranged marriage. Jeanne-Louise de Belleville, who was known as the Lioness of Brittany, took to piracy after the French murdered her husband. She exacted his revenge by attacking only French vessels. And while you may not have heard of some of these women, there are women out there who commanded some of the largest fleets in history. Qingxi was one of them, who after her pirate husband's death, took over his fleet of 300 vessels. By 1808, she commanded one of the largest fleets in history with 2,000 ships and over 70,000 men. While these ladies proved themselves ruthless marauders, two of the most infamous pirates of the Caribbean were Anne Bonny and Mary Read, who sailed here from 1718 to 1720. Anne grew up in Ireland, Mary grew up in England, but for various reasons, both of their families often dressed them up as boys to hide their true identity. Anne, when she grew up, married a sailor named James Bonny. She soon became disillusioned with the marriage and left for a life of adventure. Doing what she knew best, she dressed up as a man and headed out to sea. While at sea, the vessel Anne was on was attacked and plundered by Jack Rackham, the infamous Calico Jack, who thought she was a man and gave her the choice between a life of piracy or death. Anne wisely chose to begin her life of piracy with Calico Jack. Anne Bonny and Calico Jack raided many ships and took an abundance of treasure. It was during one of these sea raids that they unknowingly recruited another female named Mary Read. Her gender was soon revealed and she and Anne Bonny became close companions. In October of 1720, Calico Jack's ship came under attack by a Jamaican king's ship. While most of the men were too drunk to fight, the women fought fiercely. Ultimately, Rackham and his crew were taken back to Jamaica where they were convicted and sentenced to hang. Read and Bonny, who were both pregnant, pled their bellies and received a stay of execution. The last words Anne Bonny said to an imprisoned Jack Rackham became infamous. "Had you fought like a man, you need not have hanged like a dog." Mary Read died in prison of a fever, and Anne Bonny's release or execution were never documented. For various reasons, these women sailed into history, marauding the high seas for adventure or revenge. Tune in next week as we explore some of the most famous weapons of pirate history.